And now we have Shaun Sproul. So Shaun is a loan officer, and I am going to look for him here in the mix of it all. And he is going
Right
to
here.
talk about, here you are. Thank you.
Hello. Hi, everybody. Thank you for joining us today in your journey to becoming a home owner. Of course, it's very important for everybody on the panel to help you guys in home ownership and getting to where you want to be. And of course, I'll be here at the end to answer questions. I want to just dive right in because I know we're moving a little quick. There's a lot of home buying options out there when loans with loans where you can do as little as 3.5% down, or you could do, that's going to be FHA, or you could do a conventional loan with as low as 3% down, depending on your income. So there's a lot of different, avenues where you don't have to put 20% down like everybody says. You'll be able to do very low down payments. And if you're utilizing any of the grant programs, a lot of that money is going to come to you, and you can use that as well. If anybody's a veteran on here, again, thank you for your service. Veterans get loans with 100% financing. So that means no down payment whatsoever. And you could also put some or all of your closing costs into the loan. So that's going to be awesome for any of our veterans on this webinar. And then also, if anybody, doesn't have an actual social security number, we can also do what's called tax ID loans as well. You just have to put a bigger amount down, which is going to be 20 or 25%, depending on your situation. So there's always a different loan out there for you. And if anybody wants to buy something that maybe you might go into the home and you like the neighborhood, you like the style of the home, but the home is maybe outdated, or maybe you want to finish the basement, anything like that. We also do construction loans as well, which, there's two different ones on the market. One is an FHA construction loan, which is called a 203K loan. And there's another one called which is a conventional loan, which is called the home style loan. So again, this is going to be where you go in, you buy the home. Say, for instance, your purchase price is $100,000 and you need $20,000 for construction. You would put a down payment based on 120. So so we make it easy. It's not two loans. It's just going to be one loan at the end of the day. And for anybody out there that will be can't show income. Maybe you're a sole proprietor, self-employed, and you can't show any income. We can do stuff for you as well. You just need a bigger down payment because it's riskier, but you can do 25% down, no income check. So there's always something out there. We even got loans for people who, if you put a lot of money in the bank, we could do loans for bank statements as well. And that's the minimum there is 10% down, depending on your credit score. So again, lots of options out there. Go ahead, next. So let's go over what you will need to qualify. If you're doing a regular loan, not like a no income check or anything, these are the things that we're going to need. We're going to need your taxes for the last 2 years if you're self-employed. So we're going to need 2019, 2020. Now, if you're self-employed for over 5 years, then we'll only need from you 1 year of tax returns. So that's pretty cool. So we could just go off the most recent year. If you haven't done 2020 yet, we'll go off of 2019. If you work for an employer, then we would take the last 2 years W-2s. We will not need tax returns, just the W-2 that you get from your employer. And then as well, we're going to need your last 4 pay stubs just to show the consistency of your paychecks. Okay. Again, if you are self-employed, definitely going to need your last 2 years tax returns. And we're also going to have to do a year-to-date profit and loss statement and a balance sheet. But I will help you and speak with your accountant or tax preparer in putting that all together. Next. So what we look at when we're looking at a client, we look at your income and also your consistency of your employment. So if somebody's jumping around jobs every 6 months, that might be an issue. We definitely have to explain it and find out why. Okay. The second piece of the puzzle is we look at your credit. You don't have to have the best credit in the world. I start with my loans down to 500 credit score, believe it or not. So we can always get something done. If you are 580 and above, then you qualify for an FHA loan with 3.5% down. We're also going to look at money. So whether it's going to be your money, grant money, anything like that, we're going to look at all the funds that you're going to need to get the transaction done. And last but not least, it's going to be the property. We're going to see what the property, what condition the property is, what you're going to be doing with the property, and we're going to send out an independent appraiser to make sure you're not overpaying for the property as well. Next. So what's the importance of an appraisal? The appraisal makes sure, like I said, that you're paying for what it's really worth. Okay, you don't want to we're in it just like you. If we're going to lend you hundreds of thousands of dollars, we don't want you to be overpaying for a property. So we have, skin in the game. So we're going to make sure that that appraiser is going to, compare your home to the same homes, similar homes in that immediate neighborhood, to make sure that all the values line up. If you're getting a deal on a property, even better for you. With the Collado team, she's always going to negotiate the best deal for you. So you might definitely end up with, property that's going to have some extra equity in there, which is a good thing at the end of the day. So a lot of things that we take into consideration is the location, the condition of the property, what the nearby sales are, and of course, what would it cost to be replaced if something ever happened in the property? Those are the things that they go into an appraisal. Next. So a lot of people do things when they start to buy a home. So this is going to be even before you sign a contract. But definitely once you're in a loan, you don't want to do these things. So you don't want to quit your job. You don't want to change jobs. That's very important. While you're in an application, you're kind of under a microscope. So you want to make sure that you're not doing anything different than you normally do, because that's going to delay things. Whatever's on your credit now, unless I tell you to pay something, don't change anything, because that might ruin your credit score. Okay. Make sure all your bills, everything is paid on time. Do not increase your debt. So a lot of people say, hey, I'm going to buy a house. I just got a sale. I went into, a furniture store, Raymore and Flanagan, whatever, and you just took a $5,000 credit card from them and bought a whole bunch of furniture because you're ready to close in your home. Do not do any of these things before closing. You could do anything you want after closing. A lot of people go ahead and, take out new cars and all this other stuff. So, you definitely don't want to do these things, and speak to your loan officer, because it's definitely going to be important if you need to do any of that. And if you can pay down your bills, great. That's going to be a big help for you. But, don't do anything crazy, take out new credit, because we're going to find out about it. And again, it's just going to be a delay in the process. Next.